Donald Trump decided to show the world what a disgusting, chauvinistic, perverted pig he is on the international stage in a broadcast that was international, right? Everybody in the world was watching what happened on Monday in Egypt. And for those who may not have been watching, and when I say everybody, I mean, obviously, the news outlets, the major, reporting stations across the country, they were all paying attention and airing this. What happened in Egypt on Monday, of course, was that we've got the peace deal, the alleged peace deal between Hamas and Israel. Hopefully no more bloodshed. Hopefully the deal holds up, and hopefully there's no more murder. There's no more killings. That's what we want. So it's a good thing. We also had 20 hostages released. That's great. It was a good thing that happened if it sticks. And that's a very big if. But it should have been a solemn / slightly joyous occasion. You had world leaders from all over there in Egypt to watch the signing of this peace deal. One of them, of course, was Prime Minister of Italy, Giorgia Meloni. And that is, of course, the woman who caused Donald Trump to show the entire world what a disgusting pig he is. Because when Donald Trump was giving his remarks, he decided to single her out and talk about how hot he thinks she is. Trump said, quote, "We have a young woman who's I'm not allowed to say it because usually it's the end of your political career if you say it. She's a beautiful young woman. Now, if you use the word beautiful in the United States about a woman, that's the end of your political career. But I'll take my chances. You don't mind being called beautiful, right? Because you are." And then he continued, "Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate it. She wanted to be here and she's incredible. They really respect her in Italy. She's a very successful politician." By the way, so are all of the other world leaders on that stage, okay? They all also were successful politicians to get to where they are. She's not the only one, not to take anything away from her, but you know what I mean? Like, you're in a room surrounded by leaders of different countries. Clearly, you get to that point either by being a brutal dictator or by being a successful politician. Now, the beautiful comments, right? She was not there as a signatory. She was not there because she brokered any part of the deal. She was there as a show of support. Singling her out, thanking her would have been okay. And Trump did do that with the other men up there. But he decided to humiliate her. And yes, complimenting somebody like that, embarrassing them with this type of compliment on an international stage is humiliating. She's not there because of her looks. She's there because of her mind. She's there because of her ideas. But Donald Trump cannot control himself and decided to objectify her, erasing all of her accomplishments and instead reducing her down to her looks. Because that's all he cares about with a woman. Are you hot or not? And he happens to think that she is gorgeous. This isn't the first time he's done it. In fact, it's also not the second time he has done it to Prime Minister Meloni. It is the third time this year that Donald Trump has humiliated her with these compliments of how hot she is. He did it in April and he did it in August, and now he's done it in October. I mean, if I were Meloni's, security detail, I wouldn't let Trump be alone with her. This is a man who was found liable in civil court for sexual assault. This is a man that has been accused by more than 40 women of inappropriate sexual comments and contact. This is also a man who is on tape, on that Access Hollywood tape, talking about molesting women, bragging about molesting women, because that's what grabbing them by their genitals is. That's molestation. So these comments coming from a normal person with no history of that would be wildly inappropriate. Okay? From just a normal person, it's wildly inappropriate already. When you're getting these comments from a, by everybody else's estimation here, a sexual predator, that's a problem. Like, that's almost a threat at that point. And that, I think, is how the security detail for Maloney ought to be taking this. Keep her as far away from this man as humanly possible. Don't ever let them have a closed-door meeting, because that's going to end in a lawsuit or an arrest. Donald Trump is a predator. And he just proved that once again on the international stage.